Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Lush Gardener. So I had recently got a query about the person's succulents are getting rotted, basically getting a lot of crown rot, not related with watering because they haven't been watering a lot, but still their succulents were getting rotted from the crown area. So when I was just taking a look at all of the pictures, I happened to notice one of the picture. I will put it up on the screen. Here, as you can see, this is most probably an haworthia neon breaker, and you will notice something just by looking at the picture. Yes, there is a lot of soil on the succulent. That is not how it should look like. You can see my succulents over here. They are all above the soil. There is no soil in between the succulent crown area or in between the leaves. Now, even though it doesn't look like it's going to be a big problem, but it will. This is the reason why I say every small detail tends to matter a lot. So if you are busy, if you are preoccupied, please do not pot your succulents. Wait for the free time. Don't be in a hurry to repot and then just happen to dump all the soil on the succulent. That's not how it tends to work. I have seen some YouTubers do it as well, and that is really terrible to see. Wherein I've seen that they have planted the succulent and then take some soil and sprinkle it on the succulent. That's not how it is done. The crown area should be very clean. It should not come in contact, or there should not be any soil or any debris on the succulent crown area. It's a very easy technique. As I said, whenever you are free, only then go ahead and do a potting. Don't do it in a hurry. It's not like you're cooking a dish that after you have potted your succulent, you take soil and you start sprinkling it on the succulent. That's not how it works. Now, it's very easy to avoid soil falling in or on the crown area. Of course, at times there might be some soil particles or probably perlite pumice that might end up on the crown area. For that, we have our succulent blower. You can just take the blower and blow off that small little dust particles or probably some soil particles that can be easily cleaned off with the help of this succulent blower. But the best way to avoid, it's very, very simple. You'll get these tools online. This is one of the tools that you can add to collect soil. All you need to do is, because it has this narrow mouth, you can just take the soil like this and then just put it around the succulent. This tends to work out really well. But let's say if you do not find it, you can make something at home. You can just cut a bottle and make this. I think I had made this. If I find the video, I'll put the link in the description below. You can check it out. So this is how I had made this at home with the help of an old bottle. And you can see it has this narrow slope over here with which it becomes very easy to put the soil into the pot. You can just carry it like this and then just put the soil around it like this. I'm going to show you an example now. This is just how you can do it. Now I have a pot over here. I'll put this piece of stone on the drain hole so that the soil does not flow out. So now we will fill this up with some soil mix. I just take the soil and start filling it up. So we have filled this pot with soil. On purpose, I've taken a pot with a very narrow opening because even this is going to be very easy. We all know it's very easy to pot succulents in a wider pot, but in a narrow pot, it can be a little difficult. So I'm giving you an example with a difficult pot. We'll take the succulent and we will push the roots very gently into the soil. We have to ensure that all of the roots are beneath the soil like this. Now, yes, the succulent is going to be wobbly because it's not completely filled with soil. Now, the next thing what we are going to do is, you'll be able to see how simple it is and how easily you can avoid that soil falling on the crown area. You just take this, hold the succulent by one hand and then just fill it up. You can see the pot is so narrow, but it is so easy to fill in the soil with the help of this. So as you can see, there is no soil on the succulent crown area. The succulent is quite elevated above the pot, and that is how you tend to pot your succulent. Now, of course, the soil is very gritty, very loose. As and when we will water, the soil will kind of settle down. Right now, it looks like it's almost at the edge of the pot, but when we tend to water, the soil will start to settle down. So as you can see, even with a very narrow pot like this, with the help of these you can easily put the soil without dropping any soil on the crown area. But let's say for some reason there is a little bit of soil on the crown area, just take your succulent blower and clean off the crown area. Never let the soil stay on the crown area. Now I'm going to tell you the reason why the person had issues with crown rot. The reason is because when you have soil on the crown area, in that picture you can see the succulent was also quite low into the pot, with half of the succulent kind of buried in the soil. Now what happens is that when you are going to water, whether it's top watering, whether it's bottom watering, because the soil is filled in the crown area and it is almost at the level of the soil, when you tend to water, the soil that is on the crown area will also get wet, will also get moist because of the capillary action. The same thing goes with bottom watering. When you do bottom watering, the soil will get wet, and that soil which is in the crown area will also get wet along with that, and then that moisture on the crown area will lead to a rot. So you have to be extremely careful that you do not let any soil or anything come in contact with the crown area. So this is something, it's a very small detail which a lot of times we tend to ignore it, but that can also lead to injury or damage to your succulent. So ensure that you are potting your succulents correctly. Don't put them too deep into the soil. Don't put the soil or don't sprinkle soil after you have potted. It's of no use. It's not cinnamon powder that you sprinkle on the crown area. Even that, we blow it off after 35 minutes or 30 minutes because we cannot let anything stay on the crown area. So these are the small details that we need to keep in mind in order to have healthy succulents. So guys, that was all about it. I hope that this video was helpful to you. If it was, please hit the like button. And if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe and keep propagating.